Wait, no, it's not.
Because
It doesn't.
it
No,
has,
it
like,
doesn't pass. No, it doesn't pass the
The vertical line test.
test.
It goes through that.
Great. Will you write that down? It's not a function.
it has 6 degrees.
It fails the vertical line test, and I highlighted right where it failed it. It fails it right there. We are still going to describe the domain and range because I can still describe that. All right? So when I talk about domain and range, I talk about the x values for domain, the y values for range. And I'm going to start with the x's. So what's my furthest point to the left? Negative 7. What's my furthest x value on the right? Positive 7. And because I have points, it's going to end. There's no arrows. So I have this double-sided inequality. This is saying x is greater than or equal to negative 7, but also less than or equal to positive 7. It's a double-sided inequality. Whoa. Now I'm going to look at the range, and I'm looking for the smallest y value to the biggest y value. So what's our smallest y value? Up and down. Negative 2. What's our highest y value? 6. Okay, so I know yesterday's lesson was a lot because we really needed to review domain and range. Domain is describing the x's, range is describing the y's. Transformation so far. Will you make a note about these parentheses? This can be any function. This can be any function that we've talked about so far. So earlier this week we talked about squaring things, the square root. Today we're going to add in the absolute value. Okay? What does h do to our functions?
Oh wait, it's how many you go over?
Left and right.
Yes.
It's left and right. What's the k value do?
Up and down.
Up and down. The height, the y values, that would work too. Yesterday we added in reflections. So when I have a negative out front, it reflects over which axis?
I don't think I'm going to be able to memorize that.
It reflects over the x-axis. Let's look at it graphically. Let's think about it graphically. So if I have some graph, could literally be a smiley face. If I have some graph over here, and I'm taking my outputs, this is saying take my outputs or my y values and make them negative. So if I make them negative and I flip it, it's going to flip over the x-axis. Do you see how that works?
We did that last year.
Mm-hmm. We did that last year with geometry, yeah. We sure did.
Yep, we did, Caleb. You came to school, you did that.
How are you in this class?
When I make the input negative, it reflects over what? The y-axis. Good. We're going to combine all of these things today.